Today's Loose Women Live. It's Christine Lampard, Mylene Class and Kelly Brook.
Thank you very much. Hello and welcome to your midweek Loose Women. She is running a bit late, but Nadia will be here shortly. We keep being told that. Whilst we wait, here's what's coming up. We're talking annoying noises, but is it inevitable to yawn loudly the older you get? Is it? Oh, yes. Oh. What about sighing when you sit down? What about grunting when you get back up again? Anyway, talking about that in a bit. Also,
I said to Adam I'd take you for lunch. Being the good wife that I am, I also showed him a money-saving tip. He chose his sandwich, but then I noticed it was an additional cost to eat in. I said I'd take you for lunch, Adam. I didn't specify the location. £1.40 saving.
when it comes to saving money, she is the woman in the know. Gemma Bird, aka Money Mum, will be sharing some unmissable tips on how you can be more savvy when it comes to your finances, including cutting the cost of your weekly food shop. And we are discussing relationships, but how easy is it to find true love? Find out which one of us says finding love is hard, but keeping hold of it's even more difficult. Okay, we're starting today with... Park it up, Nadia. You know what to do.
You look so heavy.
You clearly do that all the time.
Thanks, darling. I've been so frightened I was going to hurt the front row. No control of it whatsoever.
You manage it. They're quite difficult.
Why on earth would... Thingy Chandelier, sorry, I'm a bit shocked. I've gone to a premiere on it.
Well, this is exactly... You did very well there, Nadia. We're just trying to explain.
Making an entrance. I was in embarrassment.
Found the break.
You're making an entrance, Nadia.
It was. It is all about the entrance. And like we say, Timothy Chalamet made a real entrance to his premiere last night on one of these bikes that Nadia's just rocked up on. It is about making an entrance. We're all talking about this today. You don't necessarily see big Hollywood actors turning up in a rental bike, do you? But he did it, and it's got us all talking. Nadia did it. We're talking as well about that. She will be for the rest of the day.
She will never be doing it again, however much I do care enormously about the planet, but I won't be doing my bit that way.
OK.
Well done, him.
That is fair enough. Have you ever done anything like that, Kelly? In your years of red carpet appearances?
Wanting to be the centre of attention.
Or even just anything that's a bit of a novelty, you know, because the idea is you turn up and people get photographs taken and they disappear into the movies, but...
Yeah, I mean, back in, like, the early noughties, I think, after Liz Hurley made that incredible entrance, like the 4 weddings and the funeral premiere, she really set the trend for kind of turning up on a red carpet, and that could really change your career overnight. You could go from, like, maybe booking 1 job a month to being busy every single day, and all it would take is just wearing the right dress, having the right picture taken, and it would really boost your career. So there was, like, a period of time in my career where that really worked for me. But as I got older, I mean, I hadn't been on the red carpet for probably over a decade, and my husband and I got invited to a lovely event, and we went, and a lot of the photographers I'd known for years, they were like, "Oh, it's nice to see you back, Kelly." And as they were taking my picture, they said, "Breathe in, Kel, breathe in." And I just thought, oh, this is, like, my time on the red carpet is so different to what it used to be. And
Yeah.
I know, it is outrageous. I did breathe in, it didn't make much difference. But I just thought, oh, I'm not sure now. I'm not sure that I didn't enjoy it. I don't know if I ever did, really.
But that's so refreshing that you've just laid out what it is. It's part of business.
Yeah,
and some people are really good at it. Like, when I go on the red carpet and I see people swishing and they just look... I never think, oh, why are they swishing in? Or I think I would be swishing if I looked really great and it was, like, a part of my career, because that's what it is. They're hard work, red carpets. Got to be, you know, hours getting ready, all the embarrassment. If you're like me, you fall flat on your face. A number of times I've done that on red carpets. And it can be really embarrassing and humiliating, but it is part of a job, promoting something. And I think, I love that.
And that's
you just
happened
say
to
that.
you.
I did it because he got me more jobs.
Yeah.
Where did you fall flat on your face? Oh, here we go. Oh,
Elton
no.
John. That was the Elton John premiere.
You look
at
gorgeous.
me. I was waving.
Oh, nobody's helped you up.
No, because my family were with me and my children ran away from me as fast as they could, going, no, because it was so embarrassing. Especially as I'd just done a big showing off. Hi, here I am, bang.
What was going through your mind in the moment when the realisation was like that aftershock of realising I've just fallen?
Yeah, and little did I know I had a worse shock, because then when I went into the cinema, into the main big cinema, and sat down in my nice squidgy seat going, oh, this is lovely. And
I've just fallen, I've just gotten over that.
Just got
a nice
sweating, I've pulled myself together, and somebody came over and said, sorry, this isn't your seat. And I went, no, I think you'll find it is. Showed my seat, they went off. I said to Mum, oh, bless them. They think this is their seat. And officials came and went, I'm terribly sorry, this isn't your seat.
Oh, no.
And not only was it not my seat, it wasn't my cinema. Because when you're a Z-list celebrity, you go to one up the road and round the corner for premieres. You don't go in the main one.
That is terrible.
Maybe move after falling flat on my face.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh, no, I mean, they could at least have let you sit in the seat.
No, because it was somebody else's seat. It wasn't mine.
Oh, no.
It's a social anxiety thing, though. But like that, it doesn't just have to be red carpets. This could be going to a Christmas party or a work drinks or
school evening, parents' evening.
Yes.
That's where I get nervous. I'm all right everywhere else, but I don't let my kids down because I know I'm going to embarrass them, either like tripping over or wearing the wrong thing.
Smiley.
Or saying the wrong thing.
And then have a husband
You were
slow
covered, you were
mo's it,
fine.
puts it on
Puts it up for all to see forevermore. Yeah. Well, Timothy did well, didn't he?
Yes,
he did very, very well.
Chamelet.
On to some good news now. And the Princess of Wales has said it is a relief to be in remission from cancer. She visited the Royal Marsden Hospital yesterday to thank the staff for their exceptional care. During her visit, she spoke to patients about the impact her cancer journey had on her family. She said, I feel like it's sometimes harder for the loved ones around us. So when it comes to illnesses and talking to family and friends, I think that sometimes can be one of the toughest parts of navigating your way through any kind of a health crisis, illness. It's you don't want to upset anyone around you that you love or bring angst to them and worry. It's very difficult. That'll resonate with a lot of people.
Yeah, and you and I share a friend, Helen, Titty Gritty, I call her. She had almost an identical situation. Her 3 children were the same age as Kate's. And when that video came out, when she was telling everybody, she was straight on the phone on our WhatsApp group and she said, I just can't believe this. This is like, it's like living it again. And she sort of changed things and the way her approach to her kids, because she'd started her cancer treatment. I believe she'd started. And she came home one day and her son was in his room really upset, and she said, like, what's the matter? She was keeping it all sort of quiet, saying everything was going to be fine. And he said, well, I've seen Daddy's book, I've seen it. And you know what it was? Her husband had been doing DIY, and he'd read how to die. It's how to DIY. And she said from that moment, she thought, I'm never going to keep anything from them, because they'll hear things, they'll see things, they'll make their own assumptions. And she promised him there and then that I'll just be honest with you with everything that's going on.
Yeah,
but it for sure, so difficult.
I do think as kids as well, like, you just look at your parents and you think, well, they're going to live forever.
Yeah.
And it doesn't dawn on you. I remember my mum and I sat and watched this movie. I was really young, and it was called Who Will Love My Children? And it's a true story about a lady that had 10 children. She got terminal cancer, and her husband was an alcoholic. He wasn't able to look after the children if she was to pass away. And the whole film is her basically finding suitable homes for all of her 10 children. So it's not even like losing your mum, it's being separated from your siblings and going to like other families. And I think that was the first time that I kind of looked at my mum and thought, oh, this is a possibility. Like, this could happen. Yeah. And it was the most devastating realisation as a young person, because it's your worst nightmare.
Of course it is. And it's the sort of age-appropriate way that you have to speak to children, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you've got very young children, how do you sort of make it that it's understandable for them, that they can, in a positive sort of way, you're not wanting them to sort of become sick themselves with anxiety.
Because you're dealing with the shock yourself of what your situation looks like, and you're mopping up your grief. But actually, you do have to, in some way, be able to put on a brave face for your children. I did come in for some criticism when I included my children in my miscarriage documentary, and I still stand by that decision, because in the same vein of what you were saying about having that complete and utter honesty with your children, there's only so much you can hide before children start getting the wrong end of the stick. I grew up in a family, in a household where there were so many secrets, and I'd be listening at every door I could, trying to put 2 and 2 together, and often getting 5. And there's some things you just cannot hide from your children. And I think if you can do it, if you can deliver whatever the news is, in this case it was the loss of babies, if you can do it in a way that they can understand it, I wouldn't say it's user-friendly, but it is child-friendly, child-appropriate. It does mean that you are arming them against the world and showing them what life looks like and giving them the tool set, which ultimately that's what life is about, isn't it? You know for sure that life is going to give you knocks left, right and centre, and it's about how they deal with that and giving them the tool set to be able to deal with those
I think that's what Kate was saying. There is no manual, though, is there? There is no manual. There isn't a tool set. That's the problem. It's like everyone has to tackle it in the best way they can. Because
I understood it when she said last time. Do you remember when the video was? That's nearly a year ago now, isn't it? And I got it when, you know, obviously we all know so much about their lives, so you can't hide anything. But maybe you still want to protect your children when you're ready to do that conversation. But the rest of the world knows. So how do you send them to school? Like, there's you can understand how difficult it was. But even just from a mental health perspective, Nadia. I know, like, you've spoken before about how you've dealt with that at home and talking to your daughters.
Well, we've just always been really open about all of it. Maybe sometimes we've shared too much, I don't know. You know, being a parent is all about saying what you've done wrong to yourself all the time. But I couldn't imagine a world where we would be keeping that secret, you know. He's 20 years sober this year, and Maddie was just 2 when he went into a rehab. And it's just so much part of our conversation all the time, because we are in a very drink-friendly world, aren't we? So there's no way we could hide that. If he just said, "Oh, I just don't drink," how would we have? And also, it's a lesson for them as well. And also with his mental health struggles, again, we're really open about that, because with depression, a child can get really, really scared and blame themselves if they see a parent down. So if you explain that it's got nothing to do with them, and unfortunately it's to do with the chemical makeup of the brain or whatever, it helps them feel more secure. So they're really grateful that we've always spoken about it. Yes.
The way to do it, isn't it, if you can? It's just, it was wonderful to see those pictures yesterday, I think.
Brave.
Very triggering,
lovely.
I guess, to go back to the hospital, but also very uplifting to see other people and to have those conversations, like a common bond, isn't it? I think
it's such an amazing hospital. I go there a lot with my friends, and it's just... It's so lovely. It's really weird that you kind of feels a bit like home when you go in. It's a strange feeling. My friends say that as well, because so I think it was, really lovely. I got the vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. Still to come, Kelly is going to be giving us an update on her marathon training. Oh, girl. And revealing why she might just be regretting the decision to run it with her husband, Derek.
You're doing it backwards.
That's how good she is. And has a yawn ever got you in trouble? Find out which one of us says it's actually a good trick to use on a date. Yep, all that coming up after this.